LOTMAXX, and welcome to another tutorial of leveling. So previously and we have this auto leveling, and it goes great. And but sometimes people love manual leveling. They think it is reliable, just a little bit of the knob rotation, and they get the job done. Pretty simple. So about manual leveling, so if you are not buying with this auto leveling kit, 3D touch, BL touch, and you can stick to your manual leveling. But right now we're selling this machine as a whole package, auto leveling, dual color and everything. So if you are buying with this auto leveling thing,
but you are not used to auto leveling,
and I will really hope that you can switch back to manual leveling. You can contact after sales service Lydia. You can go and check out the software, not firmware, on our official website, LOTMAXX, And I will switch on, and you will see. By the way, this is the BL touch that we sent, yes, and let's see. So with this touch screen, and let's see the interface. I'm not sure if you can see clearly, and I will hit Control, and you will see this auto leveling, icon. All right, you can hit this automatically, manually. All right, now we're gonna switch back to this manual leveling, and the first thing, I need to turn off the 3D printer, and I wait for a few seconds. Now I will have this 16 gigabytes of the manual leveling, and we will flash this firmware into the motherboard. So before we get started, I hope you guys just do a little bit work. That is, you copy or cut the rest of the files other than these 4 documents of the firmware to your desktop, and you save these 4 files in the memory card, and so that when you put these memory cards in the machine, will not read. They don't know which one is which. I have this bad experience that I have other files in the card, and it won't reboot and automatically do this firmware upgrade. Alright, let's get started. I will just put by this, and I wait for a few seconds, then I will switch on. So you will see this shark, and it is totally blank with some words. If you see clearly, you will find it said, the font is upgraded, it being upgraded, and the pictures, the system, and everything. Usually, this firmware flashing will take about 2 minutes. So let's see how it goes.
A few moments later.
Alright, I think this part is done, and let's see the interface one more time. Alright, I'm going to hit Control, and you will see this leveling icon instead of auto leveling. So the first thing for me to do is do this 0 or home, right? And let's see how so this hot end will probably hit the limit switch of the X, Y and Z axis. Right,
a few moments later.
When it's done, you cannot move this, whole bat because it's locked, and you have to disable or unclock it. So we don't have to do that. So we will go back to this leveling, and we will. If you see clearly, you will notice there are 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. Right? It goes like a circle, and this way, and one left corner and right corner, then upper left, upper right, then upper left, and in the circle. I'm going to hit the first one. So it is right here. Usually we will start with this A4 paper, and you might use some models, from Thingiverse, to see that. over extrusion and under extrusion, but I still find this A4 paper reliable and usable. So I will put it inside, and if you see clearly, and you can feel the tension over here. So this left corner, I really don't have to do anything. I think it's great, and a little bit loose, but I think it's fine. Okay, I'm going to rotate it a little bit. Alright, too much. Alright, go. So next one, we're going to hit the second one, which is the right corner. So again, this. Alright, oh my god, it's pretty nice. You see the tension right here. The upper right. This place. Okay, I think a little bit loose. So the nozzle and the hotbed, if it is too big, you see the gap and the space too big, and this A4 paper, you won't feel the resistance or tension there. You don't feel like the nozzle is actually dragging this A4 paper. That means we need to clockwise rotation. All right, it's like the left to right. The hotbed will level up, raise a little bit. Next one, it is the upper left. Let's see how it goes. I can feel, when you get a new machine, it's everything is set really accurate. I really do not need to do too much job, and this part is perfect. So it's going to come directly to the center. The reason why it's coming directly to the center is you need to put through this A4 paper again. So every time you do this auto leveling, you change this part, you feel this part is okay, and then you change next part you feel it's okay. But sometimes, when this part is done, this one is not correct. When this part is done, and you think the previously is correct, but it might be not. So we strongly suggested that for new users, and you better manually level it, more than one time, probably 2 times or 3 times. All right, and you feel in the center if it is correct. So for this one, I think it's pretty neat. I still feel the tension. Alright, so the leveling part is done, and we'll test from a model that we have. I will hit print, if you can see clearly. Alright, I'm gonna hit print. Alright, I have a lucky cat with me. I just love lucky cat. Alright, and come on. And you see this interface with this lucky cat. Usually I will hit or change the temperature based on the environment that I have. For example, it's pretty cold right now. I'm a bit worried that this this print, the bottom, it will not stick to this hotbed, and the nozzle will just drag away this first print. I'm just a bit worried. And let's see the nozzle part, and I will probably change it to 260. By the way, I'm using this PLA filament, and damn it. Alright, I'm going to change this nozzle temperature to. I'm going to hit, you see clearly, and I'm going to hit to probably 210. So here now with me is this lucky cat. As you can see, the temperature and everything goes alright. And this is the prime line, and this is probably going to be the first layer. And if you see clearly, there are 2 lines, and pretty nice actually. Anyway, and we will see. This is the normal, the perfect first print, and we're going to test, what if it didn't go alright. For example, like the right corner or upper right, and we will, level up the bed a little bit, and by, actually clockwise rotation. And for these left 2 corners, and we're going to, counterclockwise rotate these knobs on this left corner and upper left. So probably you're going to see totally different results. And let's give it a test, so that you know exactly why and how you shall actually do the manual leveling. And you might find a lot of useful tutorials on YouTube too. But for this LOTMAXX Shark specific brands and category and printer, you have the same settings and everything is the same. It might be more relevant.
A few moments later.
Alright, I think the first layer is done. So I will just hit stop and let's see how it goes. Alright, and I will take out this first layer. So usually we will have to take out this hot bed before we actually take off this print. But right now, for demonstration, illustration reasons, and with the camera angle right here, I just won't do that this time. So I will. Wow, you see the first print. You just check by yourself how amazing it turns out, right? It's just so parallel. Everything is just so Come on, focus. Come on. All right. So the first print, first layer. Wow, if you see clearly, everything is just so even, right? So manual leveling part is really, really beautiful and nice. So there's not too much to change actually. So as I mentioned earlier, I would like to change actually the four corners of this knobs, and let's see the results. I'm going to give it one more test and you will see how you are going to show next time you are going to change or adjust the knob. Alright, I'm going to take out the first the prime line, and which again, as I mentioned earlier, please do not touch the hot bed. It's really, really hot. I'm doing this because I'm holding the phone, and while I was doing this taking off a thing. So make sure that the surface is pretty clean. You can use some sprays, alcohols or whatever you have, and make it as clean as possible. Because if there are lots of dirty stuff, on the surface, your first print might be, affected. So this part is properly done. So as I said earlier, I will just level up the right corner, and let's go. Level up. Just remember, clockwise rotation. I'm going to do it 1, 2. Okay, and this corner. First, I will take out this touch screen because it's blocking actually my. I'm going to do it 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. So on the left corner, I'm going to actually counter clock rotation, and doing this way, backward, right to left. We can do it to 2 spin, and it goes like this: 1, 2, at the same time, and do this. All right, 1, 2. Okay, so let's see the results, how it goes. I'm not sure if it is still as great as the first layer. It probably be not, and I'm not the actual results of this. So let's see how it goes. So the preheating, part is done, and let's see how it goes. And the prime line, it goes great.
A few moments later.
Alright, I'm going to increase it to maybe 300, maybe 350, and let's see how is the result. Again, as we mentioned, we level up these 2 corners, and we actually this spring we tense it, make a little bit more tensed, and this is higher and this is lower, and so the hot nozzle and the hot bed shall be react, give you different results of this first print.
A few moments later.
So to my knowledge, it shall goes this way. So on the right part, because there is not enough extrusion and over extrusion, there is not enough. It's not really clear. And on the left part, and you will see the nozzle actually sometimes in air. Actually you'll see it tangles around, and and sometimes it won't even stick to the whole bed. And I will probably show you a picture later. But this part, I mean, it's not like show it in exaggerated, effects. And for the pictures part, it might be that way. So when you see the actually, final print, and you know where it goes wrong, and you know how you're going to adjust it. You have a lot of thingiverse files, calibration cube or anything to help you tell the result, and you can give that a try too. So that is also back to the topic. That is also reason why we do this prime line, to show you that if the bed is really parallel or not, or is really the right amount of space or not.
A few moments later.
Alright, so I'm going to stop this print. As you can see, the print height goes crazy. Alright, give me a second. Alright, I'm gonna stop it. And so you don't have to do it anymore. Alright, let's see. This is a previously perfect example of everything. This one, and let's see. So if you see clearly, and you see this part, and really clear, and this part is a bit dark, so this is less than it shall be extruded, and this part is probably really nice. You can see in the middle, right? And this one you can see even the gaps, and frankly speaking, at the very beginning I will see some warping on this side, because of the large space and not sticking together. On this part, you can see it stick together really hard, and I'm not sure if I can get this part done. If I can show you, you see, all right, this part, all right, but this part is pretty simple. You see, I can even use my hand to take this, the rim down. So I'm not sure if I make it pretty clear to you guys, and if you find this tutorials not the right way to show you, and please let us know in the comment section. So until next time, happy printing.